Hello, my name's Mandy and this is my channel Make It Sew. So today is my sewing chat, makes and plans, but it's actually weeks 9 and 10 because I'm really sorry I never got round to filming last week, and to be honest with you I hadn't made anything. And it may sound silly, but I like to show you my makes and I don't really think you just want me to be waffling on, so I hope that's okay. First of all, I'll let you know what I've been up to in the last 2 weeks. Beside the usual life things like work, I was telling you all about the fact I was going to Lincoln for the weekend, and I was travelling up on the Saturday morning to go and spend the day with my brother and celebrate his birthday on that night. And we went to a lovely place called the Windmill in Lincoln, and I wish I'd taken some photos because it's a really pretty place, and if I can find one from when I went before I'll put it in here. But we had a lovely meal there, and then on Sunday morning I left my brother's and made my way off to the Scothern Sewcial, which is run by the lovely Emma, who is on Instagram, and it was lovely to see everyone again. And the bonus was I was also going to be seeing Michelle from Michelle the Menopausal Sewer, and we'd planned to book a night at the local hotel in Lincoln and then on Monday morning go off to Boys and do some shopping. So at the actual Scothern Sewcial, I was planning, things just got away with me, and I was planning to make my daughter's Ellie and Mac day-to-day duffel bag, but unfortunately I ran out of time as usual. I don't know, I think it was because I was doing lots of other things leading up to it, so I thought I'll just take it with me and I will cut it out while I'm there. And I actually enjoyed that process of doing that because I was then able to concentrate on chatting to Michelle rather than have to think, oh gosh, I've gone wrong or something if I was sewing. So it took me all day to cut it out, so I'm so glad that I didn't rush to get that done before I went, and it was all ready then to sew up. So after the social, Michelle and I went back to Lincoln and checked in at our hotel and had a lovely meal in the evening, and I'll show a picture of us here. And it was just lovely to catch up with her. It's been a little while since I last saw her, so we had lots to talk about. And then on Monday morning we checked out and we went to Boys. Now I'll show you what I bought from Boys later, but you'll be very shocked that there was one thing that I didn't buy. So after the Scothern Sewcial, I went to my charity group and I took some cross stitch to do there rather than any sewing, as I was a bit tired from work the day before, so I thought it would be easier to sit there doing some cross stitch, and I'm hoping to finish that soon so I can show you it. And then I hosted another virtual sewing room because Jenny was still away in Australia, so that one was 1 till 3, which was an unusual time. I've only done the Monday mornings before, but again it was just a lovely little group. And what was a bonus was a few of my sewing friends joined, so that was lovely to see everybody, and it spurred me on to get sewing. So I had a weekend at home. I also, before that, obviously, while I was away in Lincoln, going back, I released my So Frugal video, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched that and the new subscribers I've had since I released that video. It's blown me away how many views I've had, as I'm only a small channel, so thank you very much and welcome. So yeah, had a weekend at home, and then it's Wednesday morning and here we are. So I have managed to make something in that fortnight, but it was all more this week. So the first thing I will show you is my daughter's bag, and she wanted a bag for the gym, so I found this pattern and I had a voucher at the time, so I used it to spend on this pattern, and it's the Ellie and Mac day-to-day duffel bag. Now this comes in 3 different sizes, but she wanted one that wasn't too big for the locker but not too small that she couldn't fit her size 8 trainers in there, so I did the medium, and here it is. So I used some fabric I'd bought from Fabrics by Penny on Facebook, and I used the main blue canvas for the main part of the fabric choice, and then I did this accent of this lovely patterned fabric, and she wanted blue and white to match her school bag. The webbing came, believe it or not, from the DIY middle of Lidl. It was £2.99 for quite a lot. It's obviously not as soft as webbing you can get in a fabric shop, but she likes that, and I did offer to make her a little strap cover, but she said she didn't mind, that was really comfortable. What I love about this is it helped me learn a few new skills. One, that bags aren't always easy, like the ends, trying to get them all in was quite hard to catch it all. But I learned, and I'll put a picture up here to show you in detail, I learned how to do piping, and the instructions that Ellie and Mac gave me meant that it worked first time. So I was so chuffed, because I'd only done piping once before, many years ago, and I had to keep re-sewing it because it was showing, but I'm so chuffed with that, and you'll see. And then the label, I absolutely love this label, and I've been waiting for its delivery last time I spoke to you, and it's from Cozy Club Handmade, and it says got that sunshine in my pocket, and I thought that was perfect. So this has got so many pockets. You've got this end one here with the piping, it's slanted, then on the side you've got another pocket, and then at the other end you've got a zipped pocket, and the zips I've used are from Jean, who is Dove's Bag Bits and Polished Pulls, and you'll see inside you've got the main fabric showing. And then on the other side you've got an internal pocket, the other side of a zipped pocket, so there's plenty of pockets for her to lose things in. The zip, you might notice, I don't know if you'll be able to actually, so it doesn't spoil it. This was actually a Christmas one I got from Jean, and it's got snowflakes on it, but I just love the blue and white on it, and I just used plain silver hardware. So inside you've got lots of things, and I won't be able to do it justice really, but on one side of it, I'll see if I can pull it up to show you. You've got these 3 internal pockets that are all elasticated, so you can get plenty of things in there. And then on the other side you've got this huge zipped pocket, so again another one to go, there you go, in there. So I think she's got enough pockets in there, and that's why I thought that label was really good. So I just used some plain white cord, and then I had this pre-made bias binding I bought from Hobby Lobby when I was over there, and it was too wide, but I just cut it down to what they suggest to wrap the actual cord in. And I'll show you the zip in a bit more detail because I've got a tiny bit left, so that was the zip I used. And then just the silver hardware on the end, because you've got a adjustable shoulder strap as well. So we tried her size 8 trainers in there, and there's plenty of room for everything else, so she's really happy with that. And I will try and insert a picture here for you so you can see it all in, because I always think when I'm looking at my GoPro I cannot see it all in the camera, and I wonder if you can, and normally you can. Oh yes, and I got some bag feet to go on the bottom, and this has got a hard bottom. What I used was I bought some acrylic, I think they're called acrylic chopping boards from Amazon, and I just cut it to size, so it just makes it a bit more sturdy on the bottom. So that's why it took me so long to cut out at the Scothern Sewcial, because there's lots of pieces. But I'm glad in a way I didn't start sewing it there, because I did have to concentrate quite a bit. So because I made her the bag, and I'm going to have to dip to the floor because it fell off, I then thought, why don't I make her a little toiletry bag to go inside? So I've shown you this make before. It's the Wild Shore Betty Box bag. Now, if you Google this, do not click on it, because for some reason when you go on there it links you to a casino site, so I do not know what has happened to the website. The only place I could find any description of this was on Facebook, so if you wanted to look at it, look on Facebook so you don't click on dodgy sites. So what I did was I made it in the same fabric as the accent fabric that I made the pockets in. I used exactly the same zip, so it was slightly bigger than what's recommended, but the zip tabs still work with it. It's got this lovely handle, and then inside you've got a nice big space, and everywhere is bound, so you've got no exposed seams at all. So if I turn it inside out, you'll see that's all bound as well. So that goes in her bag, and she can now use it for the gym. She wanted to use it yesterday, and I was like, you can't use it yet, I haven't shown everybody. So she can now. And then the last make is what I'm wearing, and I made this yesterday. Now this, and I'm going to say it wrong, is the Itch to Stitch Uvita top. It's spelled U-V-I-T-A. So is it Uvita or Uvita? Let me know in the comments below. And the stock picture, I will put another one on the screen, is this one. Now the bonus with this is it's a free pattern. So I've had this sitting in my pattern cupboard for ages. I'd printed it off and I hadn't even cut it out and stuck it together. So I spent the day doing that on Monday, and I thought it suggested fabrics, and one of them was French terry, and I had this French terry from Beyond the Pink Door. I'd bought it ages ago, and it's got like a firework theme on, but free pattern, so frugal, and it's got some yellow in it, so Yellow For Endo. So I might enter them for the competition, but obviously I can't do reveal until the end of March for So Frugal. So although you're getting a sneak peek of it, not everyone would have seen it. A few things about this pattern. I will show you a proper picture of me prancing around in it, because I'm not sure that the arm size is the right size for me. Because it's a free pattern, Itch to Stitch do offer a cup size difference in a lot of their patterns, but because this is a free pattern, it's one size fits all. I do think that I needed to do just a little bit more on the sleeve and the bodice, just lower it slightly, because it does feel a little bit tight. But is that the pattern, or is that because I chose a French terry that is slightly stretchy and it just says 20 to 50% stretch, so it does stretch? Or is it just because I needed to just lengthen it a bit more? I didn't add any length to the bodice because I was really happy with the length it was. I made it in a size 16, I believe. I will put that on here if I've got that wrong. And I lengthened the sleeves by 2 inches, and they do come down right to the top of my hand over my wrist, so I'm quite happy with that, because when I put my jacket on they don't ride up. So I do love it, but I do think I need to have a little play with the fit. The bonus was this was a free pattern, and then Itch to Stitch recently released a little add-on pack. Now this worked out $5, which is about £4.05, I think it worked out, and you can add bits on. And this is why I would like to play with the fit, because I like the look of some of these add-ons. I don't know if I can show you on the screen properly, but I really like the idea of this, and I think that would be a great layering piece. So the add-on includes an unlined hood with optional drawstring, a floppy stand-up collar, sleeve cuffs with thumb holes, you know how I like those thumb hole cuffs, flare sleeve, which is the one I showed you, a kangaroo pocket, a patch pocket, a bottom band, and that's 8 things that you can add on to this free pattern, and it only cost me £4. So I really want to play with this a bit. I will also use maybe slightly stretchier fabric and then just play with that arm side, just so I feel more comfortable, because it looks okay. It moves with me, it doesn't cut me up in any way. I just feel that that could have been a bit longer. So that was my makes. The bonus is I've still got a bit of this French terry left, so what I'm thinking of doing is making this as the main panel of a top, maybe the same one, and that way I can play with a scrap. and then just having plain black sleeves. So that will be done soon, because I don't want this going back in my drawers because they're already bursting with all my fabrics. So that's what I've made. So purchases, what has come into my sewing room since I last spoke to you? So as I told you, Michelle and I went to Boys, which is a department store in the middle of Lincoln town centre, or city centre, should I say. They have a cathedral. And Boys have lots and lots of different things in there, so we always look around, but they have a fabric stock and lots of bits and bobs. So I did not buy any fabric. I know, shock. I said to Michelle, I don't want to just buy for the sake of it, and they were reducing things while we were there, so we were like hovering around seeing what they were reducing. But the only thing I really looked at was some striped jersey, and I said to Michelle, I'm sure I've got something like that at home, I just can't justify buying it. So I didn't. So all I bought while I was there, and it's really boring and practical, but I got some more of this webbing that I just used on my bestie bag because I absolutely love that, and it's nice and soft. And then I got another version of it in this yellow, grey, beige and white. So yes, more bags are coming, but all my hardware is for a 1 inch or 2.5 centimetre webbing. So I then went, Boys had a load of little bits and bobs, and I just bought a couple of bits, so some adjustable sliders, some more of the swivel clasps and D-rings. So I got enough that would make, I think it was at least 2 bags with that webbing. So I was a very good girl. Also, what come into my sewing room was, I've been speaking to the lovely Rachael from the French Seams, and I said to her, as I know she hates whips, works in progress, for those of you that don't know what whips are, we call them UFOs, we can call them anything actually, they're just not finished, started but not finished. I told her that I had a Tilly and the Buttons boot pattern, and I know that she'd made one recently, and asked her what the name of the fabric was that she used on the bottom with all the bubbles on, and it's called anti-slip fabric. And she said to me, I've got some, I will send it to you, which she did, bless her heart. So I've got no excuse now not to finish those. I will be going through my whips, like I said to you in my last video. I'm going to do whip of the week, because then it makes me accountable, and I will crack on with it and make some room in my Kallax boxes. So I've got enough to make, I would say, a couple of pairs. Rachel's the same size as me, size 8, so that should be good. But I might change what pattern I'm using, because that one, as I'll talk you through it, was a bit small at the time, which is why I never finished it. So that was from her, and she did send me a lovely bag of chocolate. And when I got the parcel, I'd been at work all day, so as I gave my family 1 each, and then I think I just inhaled the rest because they didn't last very long, and they really did hit the spot. And that's the last chocolate I've had. And then the lovely Adam from Adam Sews went away to Phoenix for the QuiltCon, and he messaged me and said, I've found a blender for your Benina fabric, so I've got you a yard. And so I sent him some money for the purchasing of it, and this is what it is. So I think that would be really nice with my Benina fabric, and that might be what I use for my caddy, and that just happens to be Adam's pattern. So that would be really cool if I could make it in the fabric he got me. And then I got some labels. So Cozy Club Handmade Rachael, she is always showing new reels of labels she's created on Instagram, and I just can't resist them. I have resisted this week because she's just released another load, and some of them are purple, which would be perfect for me, but I'm waiting because I'm off to the Stitch Festival soon, so I don't want to go too mad before then. So I just got some flat labels because I do enjoy these on my bags and things, and also on my sweatshirts. So you would have seen this one. I just wanted to replace it. They do, or she does a bag of multi-picks, so you can pick what labels you want in a pack. So I got another one of those, which was on my husband's Jackson pullover. And then I got 2 of the limited edition star ones because I absolutely love those ones. This is purple. It says dreamt it, made it. That would have been great for my bag because I did think about it like that. And then I've got my positive pants on. I really like that one. And then you would have seen this one already on the duffel bag. And it just says, I've got sunshine in my pocket. And if you can say that without singing the song, good luck. And then Rachael, bless her, sent me a few extras. And so I got another one of these oops, mistakes were made, solutions were found, which I love because I'm always doing something wrong. Made to keep you toasty, which is a flat label. And then this took a long time to make. And this is the back, and I quite like that this is the back because I'm always confusing. Even on this one I keep having to look where the back is. I haven't put a label on this yet, so that might have to go on there. And the last thing that came in my room was my Specky Seamstress subscription, and I subscribe to both the bias binding and the labels. So look away if you don't want to see them. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm hoping by now everyone's got it because I've had these a few days. So the first thing was the binding, which I absolutely love for what it says and also for the colour. And it says beautiful inside and out. So I need to find something to do that. I haven't used a lot of the binding yet, and I keep meaning to do it when I'm doing hems and things because I think that just finishes it off. And then her labels are rainbow themed this time. So you've got some spectacular on the large label, which I absolutely love. And then you've got these tiny little rainbows on there, which are really cute. So I love those. So that's all that came in my room. The fabric was not an intentional purchase. That's all Adam's fault. Sorry, Adam. So other than that, I haven't bought fabric, so I'm quite chuffed with myself. So what are my plans this week? Well, big exciting one is I'm off to Frocktails this weekend. So tomorrow I have got my charity sewing group. I'm hoping I can make it if I don't run out of time for sorting myself out, because I'm travelling up to Leamington Spa tomorrow night to stay with the lovely Sam, my lovely friend Sam from So Let's Sparkle with Sam. And it's just to cut up the journey, and because I like having a buddy to drive to places with. It's only half an hour extra going via Sam's than coming from Norfolk to Plymouth, so it's hardly any difference. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Sam because it's been a couple of months at least. I can't remember when I last saw her in person. I really can't remember. I'm sure you could remind me. So I'm travelling up, staying the night, and then we're going to have a little road trip down to Plymouth, and we're going to stop at Andrea's at Beyond the Pink Door on the way. And I have got some money from some friends, which was for my birthday, so I can buy myself a birthday fabric gift. And then obviously Frocktails, so we're meeting up with everyone. Some people are coming down Friday night, and then Saturday morning they've organised for us all to meet up on the Saturday beforehand. And then of course we'll be wearing our frocks and having a lovely evening together, staying over the night, meeting up Sunday morning as well, and then driving home. So it's going to be a fun-packed weekend, and I'm really hoping I can film something. I always get a bit conscious of filming when other people involved, so I hope I can, and then you can maybe join us and see what it's all about. So if there's another event, which I'm sure there will be next year, you can join us. And if anyone's coming, please come and say hello, because I'm trying to remember everybody that I follow on Instagram who's going, and I'm remembering it by things they've posted on there, like bags and things, think, I know you, you're So that will be really fun. Other than that, I'm going to try for the Stitch Festival the following week, which I'm going to. More on that next time. I'm hoping to make a Donny shirt, and the fabric is in the other room, but it's something I bought from the Stitch Festival last year, so I thought it'd be nice to wear it this year under my Heyday dungarees. And I'm also, because the sun has tried to show its face this week, planning what I want to make for spring. I bought my organiser. I wanted to be more organised this year, and so far I've failed miserably. I have made my frock towel dress. I just need to do a couple of adjustments on it today, but it is from my So Frugal selection that I showed you. So obviously I won't be able to reveal that properly till the end of March, and I would like to make another couple of things from that list as well. So if you find any time to do any sewing this week, make it so. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.